Welcome back to Growing Up and Growing Well, navigating health and wellness throughout your 20s. I'm your host, Lauren, and in today's episode, we are going over something that really pertains to a lot of us, especially in our 20s and especially in 2024. And this is our phone addictions, which includes our social media addictions. So in this podcast, we go over anything from health to wellness, to nutrition, to finance, to relationships, and everything in between. So if that's something that you align with, then make sure you subscribe. So if you've ever picked up your phone just to check the time and somehow 15, 20, 30 minutes goes by and you're trying to force yourself to close out the TikTok or the Instagram app, then this episode is definitely for you. Most of us aren't just using our phones. We're kind of controlled by them. Really isn't our fault either. These devices are literally designed to keep us hooked. But the good news is there are ways and tips and tricks to implement into our everyday routine that will help us break free from our addiction. And I'm going to show you exactly how. Let's be real, phone addiction is a serious problem in 2024 and especially for our generation. Studies show that the average person spends about 3 hours a day on their phone, and that's including your grandparents and your great-grandparents. But when you break it down to just Gen Z alone, this is looking more like 5 to 6 hours a day. That's over 2,000 hours every single year of just mindless scrolling. And it's not just about the wasted time. Our phone addictions are affecting our mental health, our relationships, our sleep, and definitely our productivity. The constant notifications, endless scrolling, and these constant dopamine hits are all rewiring our brains, making it harder to not only focus, but also harder to relax and even enjoy being in the moment. Here's the thing, breaking free from your phone doesn't mean you need to get rid of it altogether or go live in a cabin in the middle of the woods. It's about creating a healthy relationship with your phone and with technology so that your phone serves you and not the other way around. In this episode today, we are going to cover why we're so addicted to our phones in the first place, the impact of a phone addiction on your life, and specific science-backed steps to break free from your phone and your social media addiction. And at the end, I'm going to share a 7-day detox plan to help you really reset your relationship with your phone. So let's dive in. When you use your phone, whether it's scrolling through TikTok, checking your Instagram, or even just refreshing your email, your brain releases dopamine. Dopamine is your feel-good chemical, and it's the same chemical that gets released when your favorite team wins a game, you eat a piece of chocolate, or you get to spend time with your favorite person. The problem is your brain starts to crave these dopamine hits. Over time, you develop this habit of just picking up your phone whenever you're bored, you're stressed, or just sitting still for a few seconds. This is called your cue reward system. So you feel a cue, like boredom. You pick up the phone, which is the habit, and you get a dopamine hit, which is the reward. So it's this constant cycle of wanting dopamine and then receiving it because you get to pick up your phone. This is why this becomes so addicting to do. Social media takes us to a whole nother level. Platforms like Instagram and TikTok and YouTube and Snapchat, all of them are designed and engineered with real engineers to keep you engaged. They use algorithms to show you content that they know you will like, notifications to pull you back in if you start to feel yourself wanting to get off of the app. Then they use infinite scrolling, where this is where TikTok is probably the worst app when it comes to really hooking you because it has an endless scroll. You never get to the bottom. Even something as simple as the like button is engineered to get you addicted to pressing it. Every time you get a like or a comment, your brain sees it as a social validation and you want more of it. It's not by accident. It was designed to be this way. Have you ever found yourself checking your phone, putting it down, and then picking it up a second later? It's not you being lazy. It's you being stuck in a habit loop that has been carefully created by these big tech companies. So what exactly is the impact of having a phone addiction? First, let's talk about your mental health. Studies have shown that excessive phone use is linked to higher levels of anxiety and depression and loneliness. Why? Because this constant comparison on social media can make you feel like you're just not enough, that there's always someone better than you at everything. Plus, these endless notifications keep your brain in a state of stress, and you never know when the next notification is going to come, so you're constantly on your toes about it, making it very hard to relax. Your phone addiction is also killing your productivity. Every time that you check your phone while working on a task, it takes an average of 23 minutes to fully refocus. So just checking your phone 10 times a day loses you about 4 hours of productivity. And what about your relationships? Have you ever been out with friends and noticed that everyone is on your phone? Or maybe it's you that's always on your phone. Instead of just talking to each other, building deeper relationships, it's like we're all together, but none of us are really present. And that's what a phone addiction is doing. It's pulling you out of the moment. And finally, your phone addiction is probably ruining your sleep. Blue light from your phone suppresses melatonin, which is the hormone that helps you fall asleep. Plus, if you're scrolling right before bed, your brain stays stimulated, making it so hard to actually fall asleep. Using your phone kind of destroys your circadian rhythm. Using it late at night tricks your brain into thinking that the sun is still out and you need to produce more energy. It's really hard to fall asleep when your brain thinks that it is the morning or it's time to wake up. So how are we actually going to break free from our phone addiction? Start by tracking your phone use. Get to know yourself a little bit better. Get to know how many minutes, how many hours you are wasting away on your phone. Look at your screen time and see if it's worth it. Really sit down with yourself and think, is this how I want to use my time on this earth? Next, I want you to create phone-free zones. So no phones while you're eating. I would try not to have the phone in the bedroom, and if you can't do that, definitely not in the bed itself. So maybe use an old-fashioned alarm clock instead of your phone to wake you up in the morning so you don't go right on it. And then when you're with friends and when you're with family, try to stay off this phone. Next, turn off your notifications. Notifications are these little dopamine traps. You really need to know when someone likes your photo, when someone posts a new video. Probably not. Next, use apps that limit your screen time. Most phones have a built-in tool that will help you with this. Limit yourself to maybe 30 minutes of social media every single day, and your phone will lock out. If you need to, give a sibling or a friend your password, have them set it up for you so that even if you want to, you can't get back into that app. Next, it kind of seems counterintuitive, but it's scheduling phone time. Instead of checking your phone randomly throughout the day, set specific times that you are allowed to be on your phone. For example, maybe once after breakfast, you can check your phone. Once after lunch, you check your phone. And once after dinner, you check your phone. This will train your brain from reaching for your phone every few seconds or every few minutes. Next way is to replace the habit of being on your phone. You feel the urge to be on your phone, replace it with something else, like reading a book, starting a new hobby that you're really interested in. Go for a walk, journal for a few minutes, go talk to a friend, go talk to a sibling. That way you still get to do something you like without deepening your addiction to your phone. Next is to do a social media detox. About a year ago, I deleted all of my social media platforms except for YouTube, and I haven't logged back on since. Try deleting the apps from your phone, and then if you need to check on these apps, log in on your computer. It's a lot less satisfying to scroll on your computer than it is to scroll on your phone. So maybe try this for just a day. Maybe try it for a week. Maybe you don't use social media on the weekends, or vice versa, you only use social media on the weekends. The next is to practice mindfulness. Mindfulness can help you become more aware of your habits and break this cycle of addiction. Apps like Headspace or Calm really guide you through meditations and mindfulness, or just simply looking up a meditation on YouTube or Spotify or any other streaming platform. So let's go over our actual 7-day detox challenge. For the next 7 days, track your phone use on day 1. See where it's at, see what's normal for you. Turn off all of your non-essential notifications. Create at least one phone-free zone in your home. Replace 30 minutes of phone time with an offline activity every single day. And delete one social media app from your phone for the week. Just to get you started. See if you can do this. See if you can beat this challenge. And then once that's done, start upping it. Delete another social media app. Add timers on your phone. Limit the amount of times you're picking up your phone every day, and start compounding this and create positive habits when it comes to your phone. At the end of this first week, reflect on how you feel. Are you more focused? Are you less stressed? Did you accomplish more this week? You might be really surprised at these results. Hopefully, these positive results will push you to want to implement even more of these strategies. Breaking free from our phone addictions is not easy, but it is so worth it. Remember, your phone is a tool. It was created to assist you and to serve you, and not vice versa. By making these small intentional changes, and reclaim your time, your focus, and your peace of mind. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this content, make sure you go check out my last video, which was all about focus and increasing your attention span. So I wanted to create these videos one after another because they really do tie in with one another. So make sure you go check that out. And if you like this content and you want more like this, make sure you subscribe. Thank you guys for watching Growing Up and Growing Well, navigating health and wellness throughout your 20s. I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.